baby's nap structure can often be the most crucial part of our days. But when do we know when to drop these naps or when to go through a nap transition for your little one? If you're keen to know more about nap transitions and when they will occur for your little one, please stay tuned. By the end of this video, you will have a clear idea on what signs to look out for and around what ages your little one will be when they drop a nap. Today I'm answering your sleep question. Why is the last awake cycle of the day the longest? And how do I help my 6.5-month-old through to bedtime without an afternoon nap? Hi, I'm Josephine, a sleep expert at Little Ones. I'm a mother to 2 beautiful little girls. I have been a sleep consultant for Little Ones for nearly 3 years now. We've helped over 200,000 families worldwide achieve better sleep. We also have a comprehensive baby sleep and nutrition program. You can find this at our website, www.little-ones.co. So back to your question. You're wondering why the last awake time of the day is the longest, and you're also wondering how to keep your 6.5-month-old awake during this evening part of the day. So it's actually a really good question. So to begin with, I'll start off describing what this nap transition is and what age it will occur. So this is the first nap transition for your little one and typically starts around 6 months old until 8 months old. So this is when your little one will go from 3 consolidated naps down to 2 naps a day. Now, I'm going to assume that you have a nice consistent sleep pattern where you're having a nice short morning nap and a nice long midday nap. That's the backbone of our program. We like to have that midday nap in place right from newborn age until toddler age. This just makes all the nap transitions so much easier because that nap stays consistent at midday. So if you aren't already aiming for this nap structure, I would. This way, it's helping to ensure your little one can easily drop these naps and we can easily notice these signs as well. So I'll go through some signs that your little one is ready for a nap transition. So the first sign would be that they're skipping their nap or they're resisting that nap. So they're fighting you every step of the way to get that nap in. Sign number 2 is that they're fighting bedtime. So this means instead of settling really easy for bedtime, they're taking, say, 30-45 minutes to go to sleep at bedtime. Sign number 3 is that they're waking multiple times overnight, or they're just awake and struggling to go back to sleep. So we can assume that this means that they have had too much day sleep and they're ready to drop a nap. And the last sign would be wake before 6 a.m. So if you're running a 7 to 7 routine and your little one is waking between 5 to 6 a.m. in the morning, ready to start their day, then we can also assume that this could be a sign that they're ready for a nap transition. So between newborn to toddler age, so 0 to 3 years old, your little one will go through 3 major nap transitions. So these nap transitions occur at 6 to 8 months old, 12 to 15 months old, usually gone altogether by 18 months old. And then the last nap transition will be around 2.5, 3 years old. For more information about nap transitions in general, I will attach a really great article that we have written about nap transitions, what signs to look out for and how to handle them. So going back to the first part of the question, why is that awake time the longest for the day? So in short, we've carefully regulated these naps so that your little one is having a nice short morning nap, a nice long midday nap. This way, it's giving them the fuel and the energy they need to last until bedtime. So if your little one is showing all those signs that I mentioned before, then this is a really good sign that they can do it. They can go that period without a nap. And we don't really want too early of a bedtime because then they may treat that bedtime as a nap and we don't want that. We want enough sleep pressure so that your little one is perfectly ready for bedtime and ready to stay asleep all night. The second part of the question is, how do you help your 6.5-month-old or your 6 to 8 month old stay awake for that period of time? So we would recommend giving them an extra 15-30 minutes on top of their lunch nap. So we would recommend having a nice 2.5 hour nap across the middle of the day. This way we're giving them that extra boost until bedtime, and we're making sure they're not overtired come bedtime. So you may find that if your little one is not sleeping so well around the middle of the day, or if they're having a long morning nap and a short afternoon nap, then they're just not going to have that energy to last until bedtime. So it's going to make this transition a tricky one. So we would recommend giving them, yes, a nice long nap across the middle of the day, and then pulling bedtime that little bit earlier. So we recommend a bedtime no later than 6:30 when dropping that third nap of the day. Now you may find that your little one has a small dip in energy around the time when they would usually have a nap. So you may notice that they're becoming a little bit grizzly. They look like they could properly take a nap if we offered one. So in situations like this, I would have some change in their activity, maybe some story time, just something that keeps their energy levels low, but also distracts them that little bit. Because once they get through that dip in energy, you'll most likely notice that they can do it. They can last through until 6:15, 6:30 bedtime. So to summarize, this nap transition will happen typically around the 6-month mark. But it doesn't mean that once your little one's 6 months old, we get rid of that nap altogether. In fact, nap transitions can often be a gradual thing. So if your little one is showing signs at say 6.5, 7 months, then that's when we would go for it. We wouldn't drop the nap just because they're 6 months old. So watch and wait for those signs that I mentioned at the start of the video. This way we know that yes, our little ones are ready and we can feel confident in dropping that nap. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me the thumbs up. For more videos like this, and if this is your first time visiting our YouTube channel, then please click on the subscription bell, and this way you'll be notified each time we add a video. We add a new one every week. For more information on our sleep and nutrition program, please check out our website www.littlenones.co. If you have any burning sleep questions that you wanted to ask me today, please pop them in the comment box. We love answering sleep questions. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.